back to my channel. I am gonna try and do this my labor and delivery video. Sorry for this weird angle if it's awkward, but if you see any mess, I ain't cleaning up right now. I'm tired. So I will show my baby boy. He is laying down right now asleep. So let's just get right into it. If you are new, my name is Amber. I have now 4 children, 13, 10, 7, and 3 days old. 2 boys, 2 girls, and I do motherhood vlogs and stuff like that. I am new myself, so I'm just starting off with this YouTube channel thing. And if you are not new, thank you for coming back, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so all of this started on, it's all over the place, and I did post a video of it, but I'm still kind of discombobulated. But it all started on the 12th. So Friday, February 12th, around 6 p.m. Is when I went to the hospital. But before that, it was like around 2, I want to say 3 o'clock. And I was going to go to the hospital. I was like, you know what? I need to go up there. And I was talking to my best friend, my mom, and I was just talking about, like, I started spotting. Now, I had already lost my mucus plug, like, almost 2 weeks before that, but this wasn't dark blood. This was like, I was spotting. It was bright red, so I was like, okay, this is obviously different. And I had been having contractions anyway. I had been having contractions. I had started getting them really bad at 35 weeks, and I was actually admitted to the hospital. So when I was having contractions that Friday, I was like, okay, maybe they'll go away. And they didn't. So I was like, I'm just gonna go. Called my husband, told him, hey, I'm just gonna go up to the hospital. Let's go. So we ended up going, got there around 6, like I said, and everything to me, it just seemed like a blur. Like when I got there, like this whole coronavirus thing, no one can be back there with you. So I was back in triage by myself, and they came in, they were talking to me, asking me questions. I told them everything that was going on. My leg had actually started going numb. That's one of the biggest reasons why I went to, because my left leg kept going numb. And so I went in, and the doctor had came back there, and he was like, hey, they're telling me that, you're having contractions and you're spotting and your leg, what's wrong with your leg? And I'm telling him, like, I don't know if it's sciatic nerve. I don't know if he's on a nerve, but it's like giving out. It's going numb. And so they wanted to run tests on me. I ended up getting blood work done. And at that time, the doctor that was there, he ended up checking me. He was like, oh, you're a centimeter and a half. And I was like, because before I was at 2. Now, I guess it's the same thing, a centimeter and a half, 2 centimeters, whatever, but give or take, I want that extra centimeters. So, and, sorry, he's over here about to start cutting up. So, I forgot where I was at. So, let me backtrack. So, I was 37 weeks pregnant when I had my son. So, going there and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and get him real quick. Okay. So, I kind of forgot where I was already at. Okay, yeah, so the doctor ended up doing the blood work on me. It took a lot. It took 5 girls or women to get my blood work done because my veins are small. They couldn't find it. They were hitting valves. It was crazy. Like, literally, let me show you, if I can show you. Like, on my arms, on my arms, with them trying to, I got this all tangled up in my, there we go. So if you can, I don't know if you can see that, but I have these bruises just everywhere. Look at this. This one's bad. This one's one of the worst ones. They kept hitting valves. There's another one up here. They ended up hitting. And then I have one more on my other arm. Like, it was horrible. Blood was just shooting out. They were like, we have to get one on your pinky if we can't get this. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is just ridiculous. So they ended up getting it. And I also had to get the coronavirus test. And I was more nervous about that than anything. I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. And the lady was like, I'm going to count to 3 to give you, let you know. And then when that goes in your nose, I'm going to count again to 3. And so when she put the little thing in my nose, she wasn't counting. She was just sitting there. I was like, I'm sitting about to hit her. And she goes, 1, 2. I'm like, okay, she gonna get punched if she don't ever say 3. So she said 3. She pulled it out, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like it felt like I was gonna pass out. I was like, this is stupid. Why do I need this test? This is dumb. Anyways, they did the test, came back negative. The rapid result. How all of a sudden y'all do rapid results and y'all were doing these coronavirus tests and it's taking weeks to get the results back? Whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. So after that was said and done, they ended up leaving. The girl ended up leaving, and this whole time I'm being monitored on the monitor, me and the baby, and he was doing good. You know, there was nothing really wrong. I was having contractions, but he was tolerating them. But when the doctor came back in, he was like, I'm waiting for your results. They haven't came back yet, but it looks like you're going to be okay to go. Maybe he's on a nerve. Everything's panning out good. Your blood pressure was high when you came in, but it's stable now. So it looks like you'll be able to go home. I'm like, okay. He leaves, and I kid you not, right after he left, the monitor, it just kept going crazy. His heart rate was just dropping. It went to 90. It went to 80. It was just fluctuating back and forth, back and forth. I think it had dropped about 3 times within like an hour. It was just constant. So that they come rushing in. They were like, were you sitting up? And I'm like, no. They were like, well, we talked to your doctor. We're going to go ahead and just admit you. I was like, wait, what? You're going to what? And we're going to admit you. You're going to have a baby. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like I came in there for, you know, the issues. I guess I wasn't mentally prepared. Like I had my bags and everything in the car and stuff, but I still wasn't mentally prepared for this, like that quick, you know? So I ended up getting admitted, and honestly, I wasn't even thinking about recording, to be honest with you. It was just so much going on at that time to where getting my phone and pulling my phone out, I just wasn't even trying to do all that. So ended up going to the room. My husband was there as well, and we're getting the room, and I'm getting all, you know, set up. I had the IVs, and I had talked about this in one of my previous videos. I was GBS positive, so I did get more antibiotics before baby boy came, so they hooked me up with that. And I had got a shot to go ahead and try to slow these contractions down because he just was not tolerating them. Now, meanwhile, my doctor was actually there. His office is right across from the hospital, so he was there, and they're all talking back and forth, back and forth. He was delivering 3 other girls at the time. I was in there too, so he was busy. And the girl keeps coming in, and she's like, hey, how are you feeling? I'm like, I feel the contractions, like they're not going away. They weren't as strong yet at that point. So she leaves, she comes back, she goes, let me know what you need. I go, okay. So after she leaves, I don't know what happened. These contractions just picked up, like, and all of this is not being induced. Like, I wasn't induced yet at all whatsoever. And I can't remember the exact time we went back to the labor and delivery room. All I know is when she left, by the time she came back, like, I can't do this. Like, I need an epidural. I need one. And she's like, well, let me check you first to see if you had any progress. So she checks me. She goes, yeah, you're about 3, almost 4. And she goes, let me talk to your doctor. So she leaves, talks to the doctor. She comes back, and then she goes, the doctor said, we're going to go ahead and just keep you. We're going to have the baby so you get your epidural. Cool, right? I'm like, cool. So it wasn't too long after that. I asked her, I was like, how long until he gets here? The anesthesiologist. Because honestly, y'all, like, well, my other 3, when I'm, you know, in labor, I can last to 4, 5, maybe 6 centimeters before I get an epidural. But I was at 3, and I'm like, and I think it was because the contractions were so constant. I was getting maybe 30 seconds to a minute of a break time to be able to kind of catch my breath, and it just kept coming harder, harder, harder. I'm like, I can't do this. So I ended up getting the epidural, and about an hour after that, the guy was there. So about an hour after I talked to the nurse, the guy came in, and I was like, thank God this man is here. So get up, and I'm, you know, he's getting me prepped and stuff like that, and he's explained the epidural to me. In my mind, I'm like, just shut up and do the epidural. I don't want to hear anything, right? So he's doing it, and mind you, my youngest before my son is 8. So I've been had all this going on for 8 years, and when he does it, and he goes, you're gonna feel numbing on your left side. You're gonna feel this on your right side. I'm jumping. He goes, okay. You know, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't want to be paralyzed. So, you know, I lean over more to the nurse, and I'm holding her. And so he's finally done. He finished his epidural. It works great. I'm getting numb. Okay, cool. We're great, right? Now, before all this, mind you, I had that medicine to slow these contractions down. So the epidural, I was finally able to relax. I did. I think I went to sleep. Actually, I went to sleep, woke up. She comes in and she goes, "We're not even catching any contractions at all whatsoever." But you already had the epidural, so we talked to your doctor. Doctor said, if you're okay with it, we're going to go ahead and give you Pitocin. They were trying to make sure that my son was able to tolerate, these contractions. So the goal was, if he wasn't able to tolerate the contractions anymore, we were going to do emergency C-section. And they kept throwing that out there. And I started praying. I did not want a C-section at all. I wanted, to deliver him naturally. And I was just like, there's no way. Like, I need for you, little boy, to come on. Like, we got to do this, right? So prayer worked. I didn't need a C-section. But she comes back in after, I think it was like I want to say almost 2 hours at the Pitocin. I had a Pitocin about 2 hours, and she comes in and she checks me. She goes, "I want to see if you made any progress." And she goes, "You're at 5." And she goes, "Okay, so let me call your doctor." So they're just going back and forth. So at that point, that was the last time I got checked, was when she said about 5-6 centimeters where I was at. So these contractions started hitting, and I started to feel them on my left side. My left leg was basically no longer numb. I can feel everything. So the contractions I was feeling. So I'm laying in the bed and I'm like, I feel something. And I told my husband, like, I feel like I have to use the bathroom. Like, I was getting really gassy. I do remember with my kids, when you have the urge to go number 2, that means it's time to push. Well, I don't know if it really is an urge to go number 2. I don't know. It was more just the pressure, I guess. I don't know. I was feeling something, and I was feeling the contractions too. And so I was like, I don't know. Something ain't right. And he was like, "What? What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And he goes, "You want me to get the nurse?" And I'm like, "No." I don't know why I said no, but I said no. And so after that, I finally was like, "Okay, no, something's going on. Like, I think it's time." So at that point, my doctor comes in. So he comes in with her and he goes, "What's going on?" And I go, I think I need a push. And she goes, hold on. Let him check you really quick. So he gets down there. He goes, "All right, just a gentle exam." I'm making myself a gentle exam. "Sir, it's time to have this baby. We don't have time for a gentle exam." So he barely even examines me. He goes, "You're complete. It's time to push." And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm freaking out because I haven't did this in so long. I'm like, what do I do? Like, what do I do, right? So they're getting all prepped and stuff like that. And I wanted to record everything, but I had already signed that waiver not to record. But I still got audio. And the way the room was set up, it was just going to be weird anyway, trying to get video. So we just did the audio. But they took forever to set up. I'm like, man, I'm going to push this baby out. And mind you, my legs are already ready. So at this point, your body is just doing it by itself. And I'm telling the girl, like, I need to push. She goes, wait, don't push yet. The doctor's almost done. And my husband said my doctor was putting on some rain boots or something. Like, I'm some rain boots. What do you need rain boots for? We don't have time for this. This is not a fashion show. Come on and let's have this baby. So the doctor gets over there and he goes, "All right, Amber," and he's trying to, get me all set up and stuff like that. And I'm trying to breathe. Like, I'm trying to hold my son in and breathe at the same time. And they're doing what they're doing. And honestly, at one point, I just said, forget it. Like, I'm just going to start pushing. So when he said, okay, the head, I can see the head, one push, he'll be out. I'm like, all right. And all I remember saying is, I forgot how to push. And nobody was telling me how to push. And so maybe because I already had kids before, they were like, oh, she knows what she's doing. No, I really just forgot how to push. So I had tried once, and I remember the nurse counting. And all I remember is I saying, I just forgot how to push. But when my doctor said the head is right there, and he said push. I don't know if it was that with him saying push. I don't know what it was, but all I know is I felt my son, and I said I have to get him out. And so I gave literally one big push, and he was out. And I screamed because obviously you're pushing out a human, but it was a sign of relief. And I'm gonna get emotional. Woo! Hold on. At that point, he wasn't crying at first, but obviously he did start to cry. And at that moment, it was just like, oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm crying. Maybe because I just had a baby. I'm emotional, but I don't know. I think every birth you give is going to be, I think to me, it's going to be more and more emotional each time you do it. I'm an ugly crier. um, I ain't got no tissue. Anyways, for me, every birth is definitely emotional. And with my son, it was extremely emotional because I had a really easy pregnancy. Really, really easy pregnancy. I didn't have any issues. No morning sickness, no nothing. I had a really easy pregnancy. But little quick story. Before I got pregnant with my son, 3 months before I got pregnant with him, actually, I had lost a baby. So I was about 5 months pregnant. I was in the beginning of my 5th month, and I lost a little girl. So it was extremely emotional. The doctors were telling me that, you know, if I shouldn't have any kids anytime soon. I should wait to have any children. I'll actually do a video. I keep saying that some of my videos, but I'll do a video on what happened with that pregnancy. But I was told not to conceive, you know, anytime soon. Obviously, I didn't listen. I conceived 3 months later, and I had a healthy baby boy. So I think that's why this pregnancy birth was so emotional. Man, I guess just to see him, you know, was just emotional. But they take him out and they take him to the little incubator thing, and I heard him cry. They gave me my son. They put my son on my chest at first, and I noticed that he was breathing, but he was having problems. And so the lady comes over. She goes, "Hey, I'm just gonna take him really quick." I had to clean myself up. Ooh, I don't like crying on camera. I'm an ugly crier anyway. But anyways, where did I leave off at? Oh, they put him on my chest, and they ended up taking him, put him in a little incubator thing, and they noticed that he was breathing, but he was having problems. He needed some help, and so he was already tiny. When I seen him, he was just so little, and all I noticed, I looked over trying to see him, you know, what's going on and stuff, and all I noticed, they're putting the little tubes down his throat to suction out all the fluid. They explained to me that he swallowed a lot of fluid coming out. Oh, my water was broken. Oh man, I'm all over the place. It was broken at about 5. That the last time they had checked me, the 5-6 centimeters. My doctor had came in and broke my water, so it was broken then. So my son had swallowed so much fluid, and they were just like, you know what, we're gonna call the NICU team in just in case. In the back of my head, I'm like, nope. I started praying against that. There's nothing wrong with my son. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. The NICU team comes in, and they go, you know, by him, and he's just laying there, and I can see my son. He's laying there, and the lady looks at him, and she goes, they're listening to him breathe and stuff. She goes, he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. And the girl goes, really? And she goes, yeah. And in my head, I'm just like, God is a great God. God is a way maker. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, this little boy was only 4 pounds and 13 ounces. It's 17 and a half inches long, and he was tiny. You know, I was almost 38 weeks pregnant, but he was tiny, really, really tiny. So they just expected, you know, probably, which is normal. You know, small babies having issues, but no, he's a fighter. You know, he came out, and after I had him, we were with him. He actually nursed right after they gave him to me. And I know I started recording then. I was nursing him, and he was a pro. He latched like that. There was no issue. We ended up getting moved to the postpartum room. He was nursing again. Like, he just was just nursing. He was peeing. He was pooping. He was doing good. They came in to do tests for him for jaundice. They did they gave him a shot, a hepatitis shot. They did the hearing test on him. They did the I forgot. There's another test. It's the monitors of breathing. They did that. They monitored his breathing. He was good. They did the car seat test on him because he's only 4 pounds. He passed that. Like, literally every test, he was just passing. He had to keep his blood sugar up without any help. And, like, I'd had to let her know before I was going to nurse, and she'd come in and check it. It was like a constant go, 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 because they wanted to make sure he can keep that up. And every time she came in to do it and test him, he just had flying colors. And so they were just looking like, dang, like, this little boy is he's little, but he's a fighter. So he was good. He had literally a perfect bill of health, like perfect. And the only thing is that he was just small. That's it. But I'll tell you what, he can poop like a champ. He definitely can do that. So after that, we ended up leaving the hospital, and it was just going through my head still, like how quick this labor went, and just how precious he is. Like, he is such an amazing little boy. He's amazing. I'm already attached. Obviously, everybody's attached. He's just a sweet little boy. He's a sweet little, I call my little red bone because he's a little red bone. But yeah, he's so loved, and we adore him so much, and this is it for me. I said that 8 years ago. I had another one right here, but literally this is it. Like, I am tired. Like, I am mentally, physically just drained, you know. And I know the older you get when you have kids, that recovery time is harder. I did tear. I tore. And I've been having back problems since the end of my pregnancy, which is crazy because I was like, how's my back hurting so much? And he was only 4 pounds. So now it's every time I get an epidural, it's, I don't know, like, it's enhanced. So I'm still having, I mean, it's only been 3 days. So I'm still having back issues like crazy. My back is killing me. The bleeding hasn't been too bad at all. I don't really have a lot of blood clots or anything like that. So I feel like I'm going to heal great. It's just my back is killing me constantly. Like I said, I'm breastfeeding, so it's been 3 days. I've already started getting milk in, or I don't know how the stage is gone. I know it's colostrum. I don't know if it's 4 milk, and then you have the Heinz milk, but it's coming in, and he's noticing it's coming in too. He's starting to cluster feed. He started cluster feeding in the hospital too, which I don't mind. You know, I want him to gain as much weight as he can. So that's really it. That's my quick labor video, if that is even quick. But everything went great. It just went fast, and like I said, I wanted to record everything, but I just couldn't. It just happened quick. He apparently wanted to be here, so without further ado, he's asleep. He's gonna be mad that I'm waking him up, but I want everybody to see him. I know I had on my video already, my last video, I showed him, but a little formal introduction to my baby. His name is Kareem Amir. And this is him with his little self. He's asleep. Or he acting like he's asleep. This is him. You tell everybody hi. See, he already mad at y'all because y'all waking him up out of his sleep. But yeah, my little red bone. He ain't asleep. He just had his eyes open looking at me. But no, he has his hair is like a light brown. He has brown eyelashes. I don't even know about his eyes. So right now his eyes look like a brownish gray color. I don't really know. I know that's going to change, but he is light. Like he's red. But he's good. He's just tiny. He's really, really tiny. So that's my little honey bun. He's such a good little baby. See if I can show him better. You want to open your eyes? Tell everybody hi? No? No? You say hi? Look at it close up. Y'all, look at his little legs. He acting like he just chilling. Look at him. This is literally what he does all day. And so he ready, he hollers. He doesn't really cry too much though. He's a good baby. He's a really good baby. But he's about to start acting up again in a minute. But that's really it. That's my labor video. His little yawn. He's had a hard life already, huh? You had a hard life? You've already had a hard life? Hmm? You want to smile? You want to smile? Oh, double chin. You want to smile for everybody? No? But that's it, y'all. That is my labor video with me and my little baby boy, Cree. That's it. So I will continue to do more videos. I'm just tired. I really wanted to get these out sooner than later. I didn't want to wait too long to get these out. So I'm going to go ahead and tend to my baby. I know he's going to eat pretty soon. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not yet, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. It's greatly appreciated. And you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing blessed rest of your day. Bye.